From a player who dominated without winning challenges,
Queen stays queen. Nah, mean Sandra be running shit since she burst on the...
to one removed for inappropriate touching.
He makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, and I don't think he really realizes it. His lack of spatial awareness, for me being a germaphobe.
These are the most loved and most hated Survivor contestants ever. Starting with a contestant who turned flirtation into an art form and dominated without a single vote cast against her. Parvati Shallow is a fan favourite. Many consider her the greatest Survivor player of all time. This woman turned flirtation into an art form and used it to completely dominate the game. Parvati played in 4 US seasons: Cook Islands, Micronesia, Heroes vs Villains, and Winners at War. She just won Survivor Australia vs the World in 2025, proving she still has what it takes. She said, "I was always on the right side of the vote and always in on the plan, or I created the plan. I was the biggest threat in the game and no one ever wrote my name down." What makes Parvati so special? In Micronesia, she created the legendary Black Widow Brigade, an all-women alliance that took down some of the biggest threats in the game. Remember when Ozzy got blindsided with his own idol? That was Parvati's genius at work.
10th person voted out of Survivor fans versus favorites and the second member of our jury, Ozzy. Need to bring me your torch.
Then came Heroes vs Villains, where she pulled off one of the most iconic moves in Survivor history, the double idol play.
That one's for you too. Damn it.
She was down 7-3, facing almost certain elimination, but she played 2 idols to save her allies and completely flipped the game. That's the kind of move that makes you a legend.
Going in, how good of a liar you were.
So here's the deal. I am very good at emotional manipulation.
Nice.
I am very bad at lying.
Her social game is just as impressive as her strategic mind. She builds genuine connections with people, even those who know she's dangerous. She kept Russell Hantz under control in Heroes vs Villains, which is no small feat.
Shouldn't have. Thanks, honey. Russell just gave me his immunity idol.
People describe her as the glue that holds alliances together. One fan wrote, "Being so good socially, people hand you idols." The Queen. Parvati wins challenges too. She's grabbed multiple immunity wins when she needed them most. Her recent Australia performance was flawless. She was the biggest target in the game, but received 0 votes against her the entire season. Complete domination.
I should have won it twice, and I'm here to win it again on the world stage.
Fans love Parvati because she has it all: strategic brilliance, social charm, physical ability, and pure entertainment value. She's inspired countless players and remains one of the most influential contestants in reality TV history. But while Parvati mastered the art of flirtation with perfect boundaries, this next player was removed for repeatedly violating them.
If it gets too heavy, let me know.
Are you sweating on my leg?
No, feel the back of my head. It's really weird.
Dan is a really touchy person. He makes me...
Dan Spilo holds a distinction no one wants. He's the only contestant ever removed from Survivor mid-season for his behaviour. His actions on Island of the Idols sparked outrage and serious conversations about harassment in reality TV.
Totally recognize love language is your way of showing that you care.
Right.
But for me, I'm duh, I'm just
Yeah, I get
so,
it.
you know, and
That
I'm not trying to reject that. I just
Multiple female contestants, especially Kelly Kim, reported that Dan touched them without consent. Kelly explicitly told him to stop touching her hair, arms, legs, and feet. He continued anyway. His defense? Most of my clients are women. That response showed he didn't understand consent and boundaries.
I lay awake, his arm smothers me. At the merge feast last night, I'm talking with Janet about her kid almost going to Navy because I went to Air Force.
Yeah.
And I feel like someone wiggling my toes.
The situation got worse when other players like Elizabeth and Missy admitted they downplayed the incidents for strategy. This manipulation around such a serious issue made everything even more uncomfortable to watch. Production finally removed Dan after an off-camera incident. He allegedly touched a female crew member's leg during a boat ride. This came after he'd already received multiple warnings about his behavior.
Absurd accusation of the history of mankind.
Every one of them, maybe. How would you feel if you had an employee come to you?
Oh my God, I've had it, and we
Exactly.
immediately fired.
What really angered fans was how long it took for action to be taken. Many felt the show failed to protect contestants properly. They allowed harassment to continue for the sake of drama. The finale was pre-taped because producers knew the audience reaction would be intense. Dan's post-removal apology felt hollow to many viewers. He called his actions unintentional, without really acknowledging the pattern of behavior. Watching him celebrate Kelly's elimination earlier in the season felt cruel. Dan Spilo represents a failure. His own actions and the show's initial handling of the situation. He's remembered as someone who caused real harm, from harassment that ended in removal to total tribal domination. Meet the player who had his entire tribe following orders like soldiers. Boston Rob turned Survivor into his own personal chess game. Fans loved every minute of it. This guy played 5 times and became the face of strategic excellence. Rob competed in Marquesas, All-Stars, Heroes vs. Villains, Redemption Island, and Winners at War. He also mentored on Island of the Idols and crushed it on other shows like The Amazing Race and The Trailers.
So, I created this game, we calling it Royal Treatment. The winner gets whatever they want. You can get your rice served to you by whoever you want. So, I'm trying to think.
His gameplay style earned him the nickname the Godfather of Survivor. In Redemption Island, he delivered what many consider the most dominant winning game ever. He controlled every vote. He systematically eliminated threats. He won with an 8-to-1 jury vote. He had his entire tribe following his orders like loyal soldiers.
To think that he's gonna come up with a plan to vote me out. And then the stupidity to tell me that, it just confirmed he can't be trusted.
What makes Rob special is his strategic mind combined with his entertaining personality. That Boston accent, his humor, and his confident approach made him must-watch TV. He could be a villain, but fans couldn't help rooting for him anyway.
Everybody happy, and as long as they don't stop talking to each other and realize that I'm the one that should be going.
His romance with Amber Brkich on All-Stars added another dimension to his story. He proposed to her on the show. They're still married with 4 daughters. That personal connection made him more relatable despite his cutthroat gameplay.
Will you marry me?
Rob's influence extends way beyond Survivor. He's appeared on multiple reality shows and dominated on The Traitors. His skills translate to any competition. Fans call him a reality TV icon, and for good reason. Rob wins challenges, builds camps, and leads tribes effectively. His construction background helps him excel in physical tasks. He's the complete package. That's why he's considered one of the greatest players ever. While Boston Rob built a family empire after Survivor, this next contestant's post-show life led to a child pornography conviction. Michael Skupin's story is one of the darkest in Survivor history. He went from being a fan favorite to one of the most despised figures connected to the show. In Australian Outback, Skupin became famous for falling into the fire and suffering severe burns. He was the first medical evacuation in Survivor history. People saw him as a tragic hero who survived a terrible accident.
Don't even look at him. Don't even look at him. It's gonna make you feel worse.
Was he bent over, working on the pup?
I couldn't get my balance. I remember just
Leaned all the way over and...
He returned for Philippines in 2012 and made it to the final 3. At that point, he was still remembered fondly for his survival skills and determination. Then, everything changed. In 2016, Skupin was arrested and convicted of possessing child pornography.
Skupin of White Lake is charged with child pornography and running a Ponzi scheme. Investigators say they found the child porn on his computer while they were digging for evidence.
Authorities found explicit images during a search related to other crimes. He was sentenced to probation and had to register as a sex offender. When he violated probation in 2020, he served about a year in prison. The same investigation revealed he was running a Ponzi scheme through his company. He defrauded investors of over $35,000. He used his Survivor fame to build trust, then stole money from people who believed in him. Fans were shocked and disgusted. Here was someone portrayed as a family man on TV. He turned out to be a convicted criminal. Looking back at his appearances, especially his interactions on the show, everything feels different now. Skupin's crimes put him in a different category. People don't hate him for gameplay. They hate him for real-world actions that harmed others. His legacy went from survivor to criminal. The survivor community has completely rejected him. After that heavy topic, let's shift to a player who represents everything right about Survivor. Cirie Fields is the best player to never win Survivor. Fans absolutely adore her. She started as a self-described couch potato afraid of leaves and became one of the smartest strategic players the game has ever seen.
You go to the well to fill water bottles and take Tony with you. That's the plan. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Cirie played in Panama, Micronesia, Heroes vs. Villains, and Game Changers. She's also dominated other shows. She won The Traitors and impressed on Big Brother. She's coming back for Survivor 50, which she calls her swan song.
Gotta hurry. Danielle wins the challenge. Danielle stays in the game. Cirie becomes the 6th.
Her strategic brilliance shows up in iconic moments. In Panama, she pulled off the legendary 3-2-1 vote split to eliminate Courtney. That move is still studied by superfans today. That play showed she could manipulate complex voting scenarios without anyone catching on.
Same thing as I'm listening. I'm waiting to catch the lie. I haven't really caught it yet.
I want to quit. What? Yeah, I want to quit.
Then came Micronesia, and what might be Survivor's greatest move ever. Cirie convinced Eric to give up his immunity necklace, leading to his elimination. That moment is talked about to this day. It perfectly showcased her ability to get inside people's heads.
The tables were turned. Would I want to go 3 Americans and 1 Aussie? Probably.
Luke has an idol. I don't know if Janine knows that.
What makes Cirie special is her social game. She genuinely cares about people. She uses her nursing background to build real connections. She makes everyone feel comfortable and valued. That's why they trust her, even when they probably shouldn't. Fans love her relatability too. She wasn't a physical threat or a challenge beast. She was a regular person who proved you could dominate Survivor through social skills and intelligence. Her transformation from scared newbie to confident strategist inspired so many viewers. Here's a crazy stat. Cirie played 121 days across 4 seasons and was never voted out in a normal way. She lost to firemaking, a surprise Final 2 twist, an idol play, and the infamous Advantage Dayton in Game Changers. She made it far every single time through pure skill. Her warmth, humor, and strategic brilliance make her a fan favorite forever. Even without a Survivor crown, she's royalty in the eyes of the community. While Cirie won hearts with kindness, this next player became infamous for cruelty. Colton Cumbie from One World and Blood vs. Water is remembered as one of the meanest, most toxic players ever. His behavior crossed lines that made him genuinely hated. The most damaging accusations against Colton involve racism. He called Bill Posley ghetto trash and told him to go back to the ghetto. He also mocked Christina Char's Asian heritage by using his fingers to make offensive gestures about her eyes. These weren't strategic moves. They were pure bigotry.
Some of the guys were like, we gotta stop giving them stuff and not get anything in return, which I do agree with. Like, I love some of those girls, but if they're not gonna give me anything, I'm sorry. Like, I am not the type of person. I'm a Republican. I am not a Democrat.
Beyond racism, Colton was a bully who made the game miserable for everyone around him. He berated his tridemates constantly. He created such a toxic environment that One World became one of the least liked seasons ever. People started out thinking he was a villain to root against. His behavior quickly became too much.
Pushed away. Colton is not giving up that ball. Tarzan
What made things worse was his quitting. In one world, he was medically evacuated for appendicitis, though some people questioned if he really needed to leave. Then, in Blood vs. Water, he straight up quit on day 7, saying he was filled with hate. Quitting once is bad enough in fans' eyes. Twice? Unforgivable.
What are you crying about?
I don't want to be here anymore. At all. And I'm sorry. Don't quit, Colton. I can't.
The intensity of the backlash was extreme. Colton reportedly received death threats from viewers. While that's never okay, it shows how deeply his behavior affected people. In later interviews, Colton claimed he'd changed and addressed his ignorant comments. The damage was done. He's remembered as someone whose actions went way beyond game strategy into actual hate speech and bullying. Colton represents the worst of reality TV, someone who used a platform to hurt others rather than entertain or compete fairly. From toxic gameplay to strategic perfection, meet Survivor's 2-time champion.
Queen stays queen. Nah, I mean Sandra be running shit since she burst on the scene 2003 on that PITIP.
The queen stays queen. Adios. That line alone explains why Sandra Diaz Twine is royalty in the Survivor community. She's the only person to win twice in their first 2 seasons. Her sass and strategic adaptability made her a legend.
Straight up. I'll take the 100,000. You know how I feel.
It just makes sense to me.
Sandra won Pearl Islands and Heroes vs. Villains. She racked up 12 jury votes total. She's also played in Game Changers, Winners at War, and mentored on Island of the Idols. She even competed on Australian Survivor, spreading her influence internationally.
I can't trust him, and the sooner he goes, the better. So, Russell, he don't know how to play this game. Yeah, he's done.
Her anybody but me strategy changed how people think about Survivor. Instead of making huge, flashy moves, Sandra focused on survival and adaptability. She let others take the spotlight, while she quietly positioned herself perfectly for the endgame.
Go wild. And yet here I sit, final 3. I think I deserve it. I want the title of so.
In Pearl Islands, she pivoted alliances after the merge, working with whoever kept her safe. She orchestrated key blindsides and made it to the end without being seen as a major threat. In Heroes vs. Villains, she navigated the dangerous villains tribe by aligning with Russell while undermining him to secure jury votes.
I pick somebody that I'm going to be loyal to. I'm loyal to them till the end. I was loyal to Courtney from the beginning, and she know that I protected her. Every time I heard anything bad about Courtney, I go bananas, and I was like...
Sandra's social game is based on brutal honesty and intuition. She can detect lies instantly and builds trust through straightforward communication. Her big mouth could have been a problem. It actually became an asset because people appreciated her directness. Her confessionals and quotes became instant classics. "I'm against you, Russell," perfectly captured her ability to stand up for herself while still playing smart. She's quotable, fierce, and unapologetically herself. She rarely wins challenges. She turns that weakness into strength by making people see her as less dangerous. Then she outplays them socially and strategically. Sandra's impact goes beyond her wins. She inspired a generation of players to focus on social gameplay and adaptability. Her bold personality and trailblazing approach as the first Latin American winner cemented her status as a true icon. Sandra proved you could be bold and win, but this next player's boldness spiraled into chaos. Brandon Hantz, Russell's nephew, is hated for his explosive meltdowns and disturbing behavior. His appearances in South Pacific and Caramoan were uncomfortable to watch. His recent legal troubles made everything worse.
Don't take crap from anybody. You're the underdog. I love the underdog. I was an underdog too, and I still am. I'm going to continue to... man,
hey,
one
Brandon,
thing that I can't...
Brandon, come over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
This led to his tribe forfeiting an immunity challenge just to vote him out immediately in an unscripted tribal council. The situation was about safety, not strategy.
I have a tattoo on my neck that says loco. In Spanish, that means crazy. So right off the bat, people are going to start looking at my neck and...
In South Pacific, Brandon's behavior was also problematic. He targeted Michaela for elimination because he found her attractive and felt it threatened his marriage. Instead of dealing with his own feelings, he blamed her and ruined her game. That attitude, combined with his constant preaching about honesty and religion, came across as deeply hypocritical.
I love you, but I know you're fired up.
You don't want me going back.
You're not going back to camp, no.
Thank you.
This is over. All right? You good with that?
I'm good with it.
All right. 6th person voted out of this game.
Many fans believe Brandon had mental health issues that should have kept him off the show. The fact that he was cast twice felt wrong. Producers seemed to pair him with Philippine Karamoan specifically to create conflict. That felt exploitative. Brandon's instability wasn't entertaining. It was concerning. Watching someone have genuine breakdowns on TV isn't fun. Some fans feel sorry for him. He was only 19 during South Pacific. That doesn't excuse his behavior toward others. His legacy got even darker with a 2025 arrest for arson and conspiracy to commit racketeering. He's facing up to 40 years in prison. This real-world criminal activity puts him with Survivor's worst off-screen scandals. Brandon represents a failure of both personal responsibility and production oversight. Let's shift from instability to pure heart with Survivor's most lovable teddy bear. Rupert Boneham is basically Survivor's teddy bear, a teddy bear with a bushy beard who wore tie-dye and yelled "Raw." He's the ultimate fan favorite, so beloved that he won $1 million just for being America's favorite player. Rupert competed in Pearl Islands, All-Stars, Heroes vs. Villains, and Blood vs. Water. His pirate persona in Pearl Islands made him instantly iconic. He stole shoes from the other tribe. What makes Rupert so lovable is his genuine, big-hearted nature. He's fiercely loyal to his alliances and stands up for underdogs. In a game full of backstabbing and lying, Rupert played with honor and integrity. That authenticity resonated deeply with viewers. He excelled as a provider. He went spearfishing and built shelters to keep his tribe strong. His work ethic and dedication to helping others showed his character. He wasn't just out there for himself. He genuinely cared about his tribe mates' well-being.
I might not be as secure as I am, as I think. Scum.
Rupert's emotional depth made him relatable too. He wore his heart on his sleeve. He celebrated victories loudly and took losses hard. That raw emotion created a connection with fans who saw themselves in his reactions. The fact that Rupert won $1 million in a fan vote during America's Tribal Council shows just how massive his popularity was. He's the only non-winner to receive such a prize. Sometimes being loved matters more than winning the game. Fans are disappointed he wasn't included in Survivor 50. His legacy as one of the most beloved players ever is secure. While Rupert won hearts, this next player destroyed every relationship he touched. Russell Hantz is one of the most polarizing figures in Survivor history. Some fans respect his aggressive gameplay. Many more hate him for his ego, cruelty, and complete failure to understand the social game.
Digging for the villains, Tom and Colby digging for the heroes. Coach hanging back, just watching.
Russell played in Samoa, Heroes vs. Villains, and Redemption Island. He made it to the finals twice, but never won. He lost jury votes both times because people genuinely despised him. His gameplay was revolutionary in some ways, finding idols without clues, making aggressive moves and controlling votes. But he burned every relationship along the way. He burned Jason's socks in Heroes vs. Villains just to be mean. He mocked people after blindsiding them. He called women his dumb girls alliance and treated them with contempt.
I ain't finished playing just yet.
He was condescending, calling everyone else stupid while praising his own brilliance. When juries didn't vote for him, he couldn't accept that maybe his terrible social game was the reason. Russell's arrogance reached absurd levels. He genuinely believed he was the best player ever, despite never winning. Jeff Probst called him one of the most notorious villains. He noted Russell's failure to grasp that Survivor is a social game above all else. In Redemption Island, Russell was voted out early with an idol in his pocket, poetic justice for his overconfidence. His tribe mates were so tired of his act that they eliminated him as quickly as possible. What makes Russell hated rather than just a fun villain is his nastiness. He wasn't making strategic moves, he was being cruel for the sake of it. He created toxic environments and seemed to enjoy making people miserable. Post-show, Russell admitted that fame changed him. That self-awareness came too late. His legacy is that of a player who changed idol play, but completely missed what Survivor is actually about: social relationships and jury management. From ego-driven failure to fan-favorite success, here's how to play Survivor the right way. Malcolm Freeberg is what happens when you take a superfan, give him strategic brilliance, physical prowess, and natural charm, then put him on Survivor. The result? One of the most beloved players ever.
This could be a come from behind! Malcolm wins immunity!
Malcolm played in Philippines, Caramoan, and Game Changers. He's consistently ranked as a top favorite for his entertaining gameplay and likable personality. In Philippines, Malcolm overcame his tribe being destroyed early on. He formed key alliances and found idols to make it to the Final Four. His strategic mind was evident from day one. He knew the game inside and out as a superfan and played accordingly. His double idol play in Caramoan became legendary, even though it didn't work out perfectly. The boldness of the attempt and the entertainment value made it iconic. In Game Changers, he helped vote out Tony Vlachos, showing he could compete against the best. What really makes Malcolm special is his charm. Fans describe him as funny, sexy, and charismatic, someone everyone wants to be around. His humor shines through in confessionals and his social media presence, where he entertains fans with clever commentary.
Immunity right now. Malcolm, very close. And he knocks it over. Malcolm wins.
He's also physically impressive. He dominated challenges and proved himself as a well-rounded competitor. That combination of brains, brawn, and social skills made him the complete package. Malcolm represents what fans love about Survivor: someone who plays hard, entertains constantly, and stays humble despite being a legitimate threat. He's a superfan living the dream. Viewers loved living it with him. His influence on the show and his continued relevance in the community prove his lasting impact. Even his early exit in Game Changers didn't hurt his legend. It just made fans want to see him play again. But some players brought chaos that divided the fan base. Abby Maria Gomez, the self-proclaimed Brazilian Dragon, is one of Survivor's most polarizing contestants ever. She competed in Philippines and Cambodia, finishing 5th and 7th respectively. Some fans found her explosive drama entertaining. Most found her insufferable. Abby Maria's social game was virtually non-existent. She alienated allies constantly with her defensiveness and paranoia. In Philippines, she formed an alliance with RC Santamor, then turned on her after Pete Yakowski manipulated her. That gullibility combined with poor social reads made her a goat that players kept around as an easy final tribal council beat. Fans describe her as having zero self-awareness. She acted like a villain, but saw herself as a hero. That disconnect made her frustrating to watch. Reddit users call her a horrible player who did absolutely nothing strategically and only advanced because people wanted her at the end to guarantee their own win.
Who has voted for me twice? You have voted for me twice.
I did write her name down twice.
He has voted for me twice.
Her meanness made things worse. She called Michael Skupin Mr. Poopy Pants and idiot moron, then hit him with a coconut. Her insults were petty and nasty. Fans describe her behavior as vindictive, focused on revenge rather than winning. In post-show interviews, she remained bitter, calling RC a word I cannot say here, and showing zero growth. Abby Maria's paranoia made her a wildcard liability. Her unpredictability meant tribe mates voted her out, despite her being an easy beat. In Cambodia, her second chance showed no improvement. She reverted to the same old Abby with mood swings over perceived slights. Fans found her too ridiculous and exhausting to watch. What really frustrated viewers was her complete lack of emotional regulation. Game stress amplified her reactivity to toxic levels. People called her a nightmare to live with. Some accused her of racism and manipulative narcissism, comparing her behaviour to toxic real-life figures. While Abby Maria created memorable drama in both her seasons, many fans argue she made those seasons less enjoyable. She's consistently ranked among the meanest and worst players in lists. The visceral hatred for her attitude shows in comments like, "I cannot stand her." Her love-to-hate status divides the community. Some praise her as entertaining chaos. The consensus leans toward disdain for her toxicity and bullying behaviour. In 2025, she claimed producers ghosted her after casting for Survivor 50. Many fans weren't surprised. From idol plays that became legendary to behaviour that got players removed, Survivor continues to deliver the most unforgettable characters in reality TV history. These contestants proved that in this game, your legacy is everything, and it can go either way. Think we missed someone? Write in the comments below and subscribe for more Survivor content that goes beyond the game.